Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Icon Ladies Sacred Tall boot. Now, we've seen the Sacred Short, which is this guy cut at the ankle. And really, the Sacred Tall is going to be around that $150 price point, and it's going to be a nice complement to the Icon Bombshell boot, which is the tall, a bit more vampish, more aggressive boot that has a high heel on it. This is more of a touring setup. It's a flat heel, but it also has a nice style to it. We see the brown. We see the black. I'm going to get rid of my brown. Let's walk through the black from a functional standpoint. So they're both going to use top grain leather. And this is more of a vintage hand. So it has more of that almost nubuck, but it's not quite. It's still top grain leather, but it has that nice in-between suede, in-between leather type feel of it. If you get into some of the details, one of the things I really like on this boot is that they've put a shift pad in this. You actually have rubberized TPR that's injected here, but it's done in a way that it's stitched in a panel that actually kind of pokes through the top of a leather. It's just a weird, or not weird, but a really neat way to incorporate that feature and still give some control for the controls on your bike for your shift pad on the left side. It's going to be mirrored on the right from style standpoint, but really the left one's the one that comes into play. Notice the inside, we have some reinforcement medially along the inside of the toe. Moving around to the outside, you're going to have a second panel of leather that comes up. And the big upgrade here, again, over the Sacred Low, is you have shin protection. There's padding, there's reinforced stitching. It has some design to it, but really it's designed to protect your shin against an impact with your foot peg. And again, we all know that a common injury is slipping that foot off the foot peg and getting that foot peg jammed into your shin. And sometimes it ends okay, and sometimes it ends terribly. Having that extra protection is going to give you a leg up on another type of boot that might be a lower cut. These guys on the side are adjustable, but in my opinion, they're a bit more stylistic. When you get into other functional elements, you have this nice polyurethane heel counter with a metallic slider. So you have the ability to have that heel counter to guard against crush, but also give you the ability to slide if you end up on your backside shooting down the street. Also, has moved to the bottom. Notice a low-profile women's ergonomic sole, so it's cut for a women's style foot, which is typically a bit thinner than a men's. It's just not a smaller version of a foot of a sole. It's actually a different ergonomically shaped sole. And then it's got a steel shank. It's a mid shank for reinforcement, and I'm going to give this guy about a 7.5, 8 on the stiffness scale. It actually was a bit stiffer than I thought it would be when we first pulled these out of the box. We've had some of the ladies in our office that have had their foot in them. They said they're reasonably comfortable, but again, it's merriment of fashion meets function. If you're somebody that wants to go down that road, that rides every day or commutes to work or in and around town, we need something that matches your outfit as well as gives you that moto protection. Looking to the inside, a nice upgraded feature here. We have a snap at the top, and then we have an auto-locking YKK zipper. The first time we saw auto-locking YKK zippers, it was on race suits along the cuffs. When it's in the lock position, it won't open. When it's in the open position, it's easy to pull down. We've started to see them become a bit cheaper and cheaper when I say in cost, not in quality, and end up in a lot of different areas that they could make sense on motorcycle gear, even when you start to get into some more lifestyle or crossover gear like these Sacred boots. So it's a nice feature here. It's going to be something that keeps any chance from these guys to be annoying or becoming undone on their own. So like I said, they do come in the two colors. You're around that $150 price point. You know, Icon continues to be progressive in its thinking, both from a protection standpoint as well as from a style standpoint. These guys are a crossover piece. They could work well with a lot of different riding styles for a lot of different female riders, regardless of your upright position, if you're on a sport bike, however it best suits your needs. If you have any questions about it, shoot us a line. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. And we want to know what you think. The style here, the functionality, the bang for the buck factor. Leave us a comment on YouTube, on Facebook, like it, dislike it. We want to know how these match up with what you're expecting from Icon and where should we be putting our chips here at RevZilla.com. As always, they're over $39. We'll ship for free. We'll allow you to exchange for free. And if you just don't like it, send it back in brand new condition, unworn condition for 100% back. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the Icon Sacred Tall Boot, available at RevZilla.com/Icon. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.